Michael, thank you for taking a few minutes with Selig Film News before we head into your premiere, Brave New Jersey.
Thank you for coming.
What is it like seeing, what was on your laptop coming from your fingers suddenly up on the big screen in front of an audience?
I was there for the shooting, so it was very interesting. And Jody, the director, and I, it's my co-writer, and so yeah, to see it happen with this particular cast. Jody and I would often said like this was the movie that was in our heads, like tonally, because sometimes that cannot happen. You have something that's in your head and it's close to it, but yeah, we'll settle for that. But yeah, it was beautiful. I mean, we put our hearts into the script, and I think why we were blessed is we got a cast who also kind of had their hearts in it. No one was phoning it in, so it was great. I was very, very fortunate to have this group of people come together to tell this story, and they all responded to it well, which I think is the trick. You got to get everybody to have some kind of spark in it, and especially with an ensemble because there's so many people to cast. So it was great. It was great to watch them, a bunch of pros, wonderful people.
So what was it about the original Orson Welles broadcast that really sparked your interest initially?
I think when I was reading this David Thompson Wells biography called Rosebud, and there was like maybe a chapter about, they didn't spend a lot of time on it. And I don't know if it was the broadcast so much that Jody and I were attracted to, but it was what would people do during that broadcast. So it wasn't so much a historical examination of the broadcast, but it was like, put that aside and what about people in 1938? People living quiet lives who are told, this is it for you, you're done tonight. So what are you going to, I think that was more of what sparked it, less than the broadcast itself.
So yeah, I was chatting to some of your cast members earlier, and we were talking about how some of the reactions that the characters have, it was almost like watching NBC News coverage of the hurricane this past week, who runs, who stays, who becomes hysterical, who really steps up, and I was kind of like, that's very true to form.
Yeah, and also the fact that today, if something happened that we seemed amazing and like, oh my God, this can't be happening, you immediately check 10 different news outlets, and in 1938 they had this little box, and that was it, and whatever that box said was true. And then if that box gets eliminated, like it sort of does in the movie, you have no information. You can't take out your phone and see what's going on. You can't call people. Like, that's it. You're done. So that was a great thing to have. That their disbelief couldn't be checked. They just had to own it because of information. Yeah, that wouldn't happen today.
No. I'm glad it wouldn't happen today.
Yeah. I suppose, yeah. It would be sort of anachronistic to have someone pull out the cell phone or something during the movie, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for talking.